Hey, this is Roxana Bangura of the Roxana Bangura channel and the Bangura Chronicles, where I and my daughter Amaris share with you our life here in Mexico and beyond. I'm here at the laundromat. It's the prettiest laundromat I've ever seen. I'll do a quick pan of the laundromat. You can see it's a laundromat. It's a dry cleaner. And it's they have a seamstress, so it's really beautiful. It's very close to the house. But I said, let me come and talk to you to share with you my ordeal. The title is "If you like a dog, you must also like its tail," and that is a saying, a parable, a dicho that is used in West Africa. Basically, if you like someone or something, you have to like the entire person or thing. You can't just pick and choose. And that is how I'm approaching my life here in Mexico. I want to share with you an incident that happened concerning a FedEx package that my mother sent to me. Now, let me backtrack. My mom sent me a FedEx package last year in the spring, right around the same time actually, April or so. And she sent it through a mom and pop outfit. It was appliances, an air fryer, a Keurig coffee machine, and a rice cooker and a blender, a Ninja blender. So all the items arrived. However, the Keurig was soaking wet when it arrived, and the rice cooker had a big dent in it. Went to use the Keurig and it's not working. Contacted the shipping company, and they said it's not their fault. There's nothing they can do. The rice cooker does work, but there is a large dent in it. The other two items, the air fryer works fine, it wasn't damaged, and the Ninja is in perfect working order. So my mother was, really upset about that. So there were more items that she wanted to send to me. And she says, well, I'm going to use FedEx. And I told her, well, FedEx is expensive. Let me research another company outside of FedEx or DHL or UPS, the usual suspects. And she was adamant. Well, actually, we looked into UPS, and UPS was really exorbitant, the pricing, all the different things that they were requiring us to pay for. And it was too much. So she decided to use FedEx. We figured FedEx is, international. It's a, secure company. Everyone knows FedEx. Nothing will happen to my things. They will arrive. Unbeknownst to us, she sent it out around it arrived in Mexico on the 5th of May. She sent it out that prior Friday, whatever date that was. Was it the 3rd or so? It arrived in Mexico on the 5th. I started tracking it that Tuesday. When I went online, I put the tracking number in. It said that the item was in Toluca. Toluca is in the state of Mexico, Estado de Mexico, which is where Mexico City sits. So it was in the state of Toluca. I mean, in the city of Toluca, in the state of Mexico. So it said that if there was an exception, that it needed a clearance form. So this is all me inquiring. No one contacted me. And I had my boss call the FedEx number, and he was told by an individual who works with FedEx that my items were in customs and that there was a delay. They were inspecting my items. My items hadn't cleared customs, and there might be additional importation charges or impuestos. Now, I know that my mother had set up a FedEx account to pay the impuestos or the importation charges in the States. So she had set up an account to pay the taxes, obviously, in the United States, as well as we anticipated whatever taxes Mexico would charge. So taxes were going to be paid on both sides through this FedEx account. My mother had made provision for that. So the Tuesday when we contacted her, she said that it's going to take some time, that the items were in customs being inspected. Now, what are the items? The items were books and papers. My mom has a lot of, she's a bit of a hoarder. She has a lot of sheets and towels that she didn't need, so she sent that to me. Kitchen knives. She sent clothing for me, some dresses. new dresses with the tags on them. She sent perfume and some custom jewelry. That's what she sent to us. And these things are being, and a neti pot. A neti pot is an instrument that you use to clean your sinuses, because Amaris and I have allergies and we suffer from not sinusitis per se, but I did have a really bad sinus infection. Anyway, she sent all these items along in the box, and it was delayed in customs. Aduana, I believe is the word for customs. Aduana, and that was the Tuesday. So I was emailing her on Tuesday and Wednesday. She spoke to my boss and said, this is the reason for the delay. And when she emailed me back, she told me that Customs was requesting that I sent my air ticket of when I arrived in Mexico, as well as my visa and my passport, which I thought was very strange, and I didn't understand what that had to do with me getting a package. So I started to suspect something was amiss. Intuitively, something didn't sit right with me. Them asking for my plane ticket to see when I arrived in the country, as well as my visa and my passport, basically to see if I was here legally, my immigration status. I sent all these items along, and it was fortuitous. Providence would have it that I had the ticket, the plane ticket, because normally that's something that I throw out. I don't keep that. But I had it with me, and I emailed all those documents to this woman representing FedEx. And then I didn't hear from her. I kept on emailing her every day, finding out what the status was. That was Tuesday, Wednesday of last week. Thursday, she didn't respond. From Wednesday, she stopped responding. Friday, she didn't respond. I had people call her. She didn't respond. In the interim, I was talking to American as well as Mexican people to ask about their experiences with Customs and FedEx, and it was a mixed reviews. There were people who said that Customs has a tendency to keep items. Customs will delay your items coming into the country. They have to inspect, which of course something is coming from abroad. I guess that's the law here. People did find it strange that they asked to see my ticket, my visa, as well as my passport. But laws change. I'm not well versed in Mexican law, so I don't know the legality of them asking me that. But it seemed very draconian, frankly, for them to ask me for my papers. And I'm wondering if I didn't have that with me, or if I was out of legal status, I wonder if that would have been an excuse to confiscate my items. So anyway, fast forward to this Monday that just passed. Today is Friday. I forget the date. Today is Friday. Anyway, this Monday, I sent another email inquiring about my items, and she said that they were still being delayed by Customs. So I had my girlfriend contact her, and my girlfriend is an attorney here. She's a Mexican woman, and she's an attorney. I had her contact her, and her as in the woman from FedEx. And that woman, my girlfriend, was able to find out that my items would arrive on this Wednesday that just passed, that they would arrive on Wednesday. And I'm curious as to why didn't she tell me that when I contacted her. My girlfriend, spoke to her and said, listen, where are these items? You asked for this paperwork, and where are her items? Where's her package? So she was able to find out that it was coming on Wednesday. So then I was able to be prepared to receive the item. Wednesday came and went, and I didn't get the items. FedEx said they attempted to deliver, which they did not. But finally, I do have my things. Everything came except for the perfume. Now, I spoke to another Mexican attorney, and I was told by him that since perfume contained alcohol, that was something that wouldn't be permitted into the country, and without maybe paying a fine. So no extra, not fine, impuesto or importation tax. So there was no importation tax that had to be paid on, in addition, on my part. There was there was no additional monies that had to be paid to Mexico for bringing in these items. The perfume was for personal use. It wasn't something, all of it was for personal use. I wasn't going to, sell anything. And, the amount of alcohol in the perfumes were, minuscule amount. But either way, they confiscated my perfume. Everything else came. So I got all my dresses, the kitchen knives, the sheets and towels, the books, the paperwork, the costume jewelry, and the neti pot for my sinuses, for our sinuses. So it was very stressful. It was 11 days of back and forth. I'm so grateful to my boss and my friends. You know who you are. Thank you very much. And the other individuals that I spoke to who told me that they had bad run-ins with customs, one of the worst stories I heard is another girlfriend of mine who lives in Mexico City. Her mother, she's Canadian, her mother sent her iPhones from Canada, several iPhones, and they all arrived broken and damaged, and her mother sent them through UPS. So, you know, and there's no accountability. You don't know how you can recover your items. So I don't know. She's contacting Apple, she's contacting UPS, but Mexico UPS is not being very helpful, and I don't have any. I feel as though I have no recourse to get back my perfume, so I've kind of mentally let it go. But it was very stressful for myself and my mother because we really thought that our items were going to be confiscated. So, like I said, we thought FedEx would be really guaranteed and that our items would be safe because the local mail, the national mail system, people, locals as well as immigrants and expats, don't have much confidence in Correo Mexico, Mexican mail. And you figure UPS, DHL, and FedEx, these are international, multinational companies, and they're guaranteed to get your things. But there is the aduna, I hope I'm saying that correctly, aduana, the customs, Mexican customs has their own set of laws that, you have to adhere to the law. And they will open your package and inspect your package. And if it's from another country, there's a possibility your items will get taken, confiscated. So that was a lesson. You like a dog, you like its tail. So still love Mexico, and this was a lesson to me. I'm not going to ship anything, or no, I don't expect anyone to send me anything because I'm not confident in all of my things arriving in good order, in good shape, or intact. So I might try to order from Amazon. I have yet to order from Amazon in the States or Mexico. I haven't used Amazon. And there's also Mercado Libre, which is like an Amazon site here in Mexico. And I'm sure there are other, sites, but I haven't ordered anything, and I'm really hesitant to because of this ordeal with FedEx, as well as the other company where my mother sent those electronic appliances. So I wanted to share that with you. It's just a lesson, another lesson in living abroad. And it kind of highlighted, living in a developing country. Mexico's developed, but it's still developing, and in terms of the mail system and not having a very secure mail system, or just the possibility of items getting confiscated or stolen or damaged coming through even through a FedEx or a UPS. And like I said, I spoke to several people, and they said that they've had problems with customs, with items getting missing, with items getting confiscated, items getting stolen, items getting damaged. So that's what happened to me, and I wanted to share that with you. I hope you're well. Amaris is in school. Thank you for tuning in. This is Roxana Bangura, the Roxana Bangura channel, where I and my daughter Amaris share with you our life here in Mexico and beyond. Take care. Hasta luego.